FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
The program presented are submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNLY 91.1 FM and its affiliates.
Good morning, and God bless you. You are tuned in to today's Entrepreneur. I'm your host, Orlando Daniels, and we are having a wonderful Wednesday here as we prepare to embark upon just the holiday season all together. But I'm excited, and I'm actually just chuckling at my guest this morning. And I think not just me, the wife is over on the other side laughing to herself. But my guest this morning is the Enlows, actually Enlow Entertainment, Mr. Jimmy and Miss Melody Enlow, and they are not just your average DJ company. I think that's the best way to introduce you all, but we're actually enjoying the fact that normally Jimmy is the one with the mic and handing it off and controlling things. So today we've gotten him in a different role, and I'm seeing and experiencing a whole new person. But I want you to meet my friend and my brother, Mr. Jimmy Enlow. Tell him a little bit about your business.
We're Enlow Entertainment. We're a wonderful DJ company here in the North Houston area. We're actually located in Willis, Texas, and we take care of all of Lake Conroe, all of Houston, and we'll travel more than we would like to, and we will travel all we want to.
Okay, so not only are they willing to travel, and I think you all heard me say they're not your ordinary DJ or entertainment company, because you all are involved in not just community affairs as far as charities and things of that nature. You actually are like the #1 person when it comes to doing weddings. But there's some other things that you do. You're active in your church, and so you do some things in that regards. But my question would be actually, how did you all decide that this was the route for you all as it relates to starting a business?
Well, it actually started high school years, getting into audio. Back then, I was big into car audio, and I feel like every teenager, 16-year-old, 18-year-old, wanted that banging sound system, and that's where it came in. And then dealing with different things throughout my high school years, that's actually turned into more of a ministry in a sense, which we'll actually get to in a little bit later. Dealing with everything going on, and just turned it into more of a ministry aspect and providing entertainment.
Whenever I get guests on, I get to experience, several different things. One, I get to be a little bit more intimately and acquainted with my guests outside of the relationships that we foster beyond this platform. And I've had the opportunity to engage with you within BizConnect events, but outside of that, we've established a rapport. But I'm sitting here because when I think about support systems and the relationships that I get the chance to experience with couples, I'm watching your wife, Miss Melody. She's over there. When I say she's a proud wife at this moment, she's looking at you like, ooh, when we get off air, my baby doing it. So so it's good to see, that kind of support. But Melody, how is it, being married to someone that would be considered in the limelight, but choosing to partner up with him outside of being his wife and being that support system in this particular industry?
Well, it kind of, and we give all credit to the Lord for bringing us together, because I was actually working in the wedding industry before we even met. And then we met through a mutual childhood friend of mine, and she was also in the wedding industry. She said, hey, you're both in the industry, you're both single, she basically set us up on a blind date kind of thing. And that was almost 5 years ago now. So as soon as we started dating, we started doing weddings together. I do event coordination, so I take care of the planning of the full day and getting everyone down the aisle and getting taking care of the setup and things like that, whereas Jimmy takes care of the announcements, music, lighting, all the special effects. So we kind of had our two gifts that we merged together. And I mean, he used to go by a different business name back then, and he had a lot more equipment back then. And over the years, as God has blessed us and business has grown, his equipment has gotten smaller and our business has gotten bigger. And we are blessed to say that we are one of the only married couples that do this in the Houston area. There's married photographers, there's married videographer photo teams, but we are one of the only coordinator DJ married couples in the industry, and that's what kind of people know us as. We do this as a team. We go to almost every event together, and I take care a little bit more of the marketing side and like one-on-one with the brides from a female perspective. But even before we got engaged, I knew this was going to be a big deal, that we were going to grow, and that he really loved it. I've seen his passion for it, and he has truly, if people only knew the Jimmy that I knew when we first got together, he has completely come out of his shell. He's a completely different person now. So this has really been an outlet for him to express himself. And I mean, sometimes he expresses himself a little too much. He wants to bring it home, or wants to bump up the music really loud at home, and I have to tell him, that's our quiet place. But I mean, he puts everything into it, his whole heart, all of his energy, his dance moves. He tries to have dance moves, So I mean, it's been a blessing. It's been an adventure for sure. Not many couples can say they've probably done several hundred weddings together. It's like a date night for us. So.
Well, when we talk about, being equally yoked, sometimes most people look at it from the relational perspective, but it's actually in regards to business.
Oh, yeah.
But you all have found the uniqueness in regards to your gifts and learning how to bring the balance between the two and make it work. When you make mention of weddings and how you all, met and how you all have come together, I'm looking at some of the awards. So if you'll hand me one of those, because I want to show this. Wedding Wire Couples Choice Award. So you all are actually not just building a brand, but you're establishing ministry, and you all have actually won this for the past 3 years. Am I correct?
Yes.
That's correct.
But there's some other things that I want to highlight. Actually, if you'll just hand all that good stuff to me, because I want you to explain it. Who's Who in Houston Area Weddings 2018. Talk to me about this award here.
Well, we take part in the bridal extravaganza. If you have not been, or if you're someone who's going to get married or know someone who's going to get married, it is the #1 outlet for finding vendors, connecting with businesses. It's like one giant networking event and trade show. It's the largest in the country, in the industry, because most people don't know Houston is the #1 city in the country for weddings. And we beat out Los Angeles, New York City, for the last several years running. So we were blessed. We took the leap of faith, and we paid for booth space at this show. And we had a booth. It was the biggest show we'd ever done, and it was 2 weeks before we got married. Jimmy got this harebrained idea in 2018 to do it, and people thought we were crazy. They thought we were, that's too much stress, but we ended up booking a good chunk of our year last year of business out from that one show. So it paid for itself, and they give out their own awards. If you book by a certain time, or if you have certain kinds of ratings, that organization actually gives out the who's who in weddings in Houston. So we won that award as well. And then we were featured in their wedding magazine. A couple different magazines our business was. We got a feature page in there, which was not easy to get, but it was totally worth it because it drew up business for us. So, and then the Couples Choice Award is one strictly based off of client reviews and what our clients have said about us over the last 3 years. So we have been blessed to win that award, because not everybody does. It's the top 5% in each category, so in the industry. So we're very blessed. They've come unexpected every year. We had no idea we were going to win them, and then we just get an email, and we're super excited, and we get to display this.
Well, the word says your gift will make room for you and bring you
Yes.
before great men. So that is actually happening on you all's behalf. Being featured in this Texas Wedding magazine, there's a statement that's highlighted here, and it says you meet us as clients but leave us as family. And that's a huge statement, because here at KNLY we believe in family. We believe in we believe in not only the overall structure of family, but
Right.
what it literally means. And we're family here at KNLY. And so let me go here, because recently, not just my boss, but my friend, Mr. Carlos here. This gentleman and I, we had a great conversation, and I don't know if he remembers. He's giving me the side eye right now. But we had a conversation about DJs and, the changing, of this industry, because we remember headphones. I was a DJ back in the day. My first job outside being a barber, I started in the barber industry at 15. But my 12th grade year, I got out of school early, went and cut hair, and then after that, I ended up, getting a job as a DJ at a strip joint. I was in the music industry real heavy, so kind of, had a lot of stories to tell in the 12th
Right.
grade. But things changed. Me and Carlos was talking about, we were used to DJs pulling the records out the crate.
Oh,
I owned a
That
pair
was
of
way back.
Technique 1200s, had the headphones. You got to multitask. You got to. So now you don't have to do anything, but just
no.
really hit some buttons, and
Yes.
you do a little something. And I had never made the transition over into this new age technology in
Yes.
regards to DJing. But we were just recently talking about that, because we love music, and that's one of the things me and Carlos have in common. We love music, but we also love being able to add to someone's life, and that's what you all are doing. You all are adding to people's lives in regards to these special occasions and things of that nature. Here's a question for me. Is there anything too big or small that you all would take on as a company when it comes to your services?
Definitely not. We'll take on anything, particularly with weddings and corporate. Love charity events, because definitely have a heart for them, particularly with autism events, cancer events, anything that we can go out and make a difference in our community in particular. Again, like I said, autism does have a big part in my life, and we've done several autism events here recently.
Okay. So do you all ever think the roles will reverse, where you go over into, doing the planning and letting her get on the turntables? Are you teaching her a little bit?
We've actually done that several times now. I haven't done the full-on coordination side as in depth as she has, but she has definitely taken over on the decks before, and I'm gonna give her credit here. Not even just because we're on air, but in general, she'll take and party it up. Of course, I love to eat, and I'll be out there chowing down, and she takes and rocks the party. I'm like, that's my wife.
I do enjoy stepping in occasionally, just to, relieve him, or him take a 10-minute break, whatever. And I kind of know sometimes what's going to get, the party going, or people out on the floor, or if they have kind of I have a little bit more of a unique music preference myself that Jimmy is not as familiar with, more of the acoustic or the indie type artist. He has no idea who they are. So I'm typically, if they say, okay, we want more of like an indie acoustic, John Mayer vibe cocktail hour, that's me. I build the playlist myself, because he would have no idea, or he'd be asking me anyway. So I build it, and we typically save those. I said, this is a good playlist. Like, we need to use this. We need to save this. Because we got so many compliments on it. I did one for one event, and people kept coming up and saying, this music is great. And I just made me feel good that I actually knew what I was doing. It's not my prominent job, but I knew what I was doing. And Jimmy has had to step in the past when I have not been with him, or they did not have a coordinator for an event. He has had to step in and kind of go above and beyond, make sure everybody's on the same page, make sure everything's going in line. But he kind of has a different personality, where I don't get overwhelmed by the big planning part of it. I'm a very organized person. I like to keep things in order. I like to keep a timeline going. And, it's just our difference in personalities, difference in gender. Women tend to be more, a little bit more organized, a little bit more time sensitive. But he has had to step in the past, and he does a great job. So we have had to reverse roles before, multiple times.
Listen, if the DJ is whack, it's just because you want to get people moving. You definitely
Right.
want to get them moving. We have a wonderful DJ here, DJ Travesty, and in the morning, he got everybody crunk for the morning wood.
Sure did. I was listening
if
to
you've
it,
ever
man.
listened to him, he got this one Michael Jackson mix. Man, listen, if you're not listening to the morning wood, if you're not listening to DJ Travesty, you're missing a treat. So I know personally and firsthand, I've experienced you at BizConnect, and so we know that you can spin. Here's the thing: we're coming up on holiday season. Tomorrow is Halloween. People are looking for DJs for certain events. And then we got Thanksgiving and Christmas and all these gatherings. So I need you all to do me a favor. I need whoever's going to take the lead on this. I need you to give Facebook, Instagram, phone number. How can someone get in contact with you to utilize your services?
Are you going to let me do that? Okay.
You're our marketing director.
Facebook.com/Enlo Entertainment. Is it TX?
Entertainment of Texas.
Oh, Enlo Entertainment of Texas. We actually had competitors with the same name, so we had to change it up a little bit.
Okay.
Enlo Entertainment of Texas for Facebook. Instagram is just Enlo Entertainment. And then we don't use Twitter. We're actually not on Twitter, but we have a website, www.enloentertainment.com. That's a big outlet for us. You can read our reviews, watch our videos, photos, hear some of Jimmy's mixes that he's created. In the past, we have people ask all the time, what kind of mixing do you do, or do you do custom songs, custom mixes? And we have had multiple clients where he has had to splice 4 or 5 songs together to give them exactly what they want, and he has those examples on there.
Also, we do end up having a mobile app that's available on iOS, iPhone, iPad, and also Android.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just Enlo Entertainment in the App Store, and you can view the same things from our website on our app. That's what our clients predominantly use. And also our main telephone number is 281-432-9136. You can either text or call or email us at admin, ADMIN, @enloentertainment.com.
Listen, if you all did not get all that information, all this information will be up on KNLY 91.1, the boss's page, also on all of my pages, Orlando Daniels. Connect with this wonderful couple that's doing amazing things, and let them, get your party going the right way. So listen, thank you for tuning in to today's Entrepreneur. I'm Orlando Daniels. Of course, my guests were the Enlos of Enlos Entertainment, Mr. Jimmy and Mr. Melody, and my best friend, my homie, Mr. Carlos, who's running the board. Thank you all so much for tuning in. You all be blessed. Enjoy the remaining part of your day and your week. God bless you.